Hello, 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 and welcome to our Lithia Superstore Game of the Week right here on TableRockSports.net. We have a good one for you. St. Mary's comes in 4-2. Their only two losses on the season to the number 1 and 2 ranked 3A squads in the state. So this is a very good St. Mary's team, and they have a 6-0 undefeated Brookings Harbor squad on tap for you tonight from U.S. Cellular Field. We're going to hear from some of our great sponsors right now, and we'll be back with you right after this.
Let's go!
At U.S. Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked number 1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery provide professional, personal, and compassionate care for their patients. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice the full scope of services, from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781.
We think in our stores that we have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got Grand Champion, and today I got Reserve Grand Champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. The program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherb coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at Southern Oregon's.
Welcome back. There you see the time counting down on the clock until kickoff. Just over 8 minutes left until these two teams go at it. Had a chance to catch up with head coach Jamie Young right before the game, so time now we will go to our Bills Glass Coaches Corner. And welcome to our Bills Glass Coaches Corner. My name is Chris Phillips, here with Coach Jamie Young of the St. Mary's Crusaders. Coach, I wanted to take us just real quick back to last week. Tough loss at a tough Hidden Valley team. Take us back to last week. What do you think went well? What do you think you can improve on?
Well, you know what? I think our kids did play pretty well. We had some matchup issues. We could have done some things differently on defense. We made some mistakes that hurt us, and we got to correct those. Effort was there. Focus was there. Our kids never quit. We battled. I thought we played in the second half. I thought we came out, and they never did take any of their starters out, and our kids battled to the end. So I'm proud of our group. That's a good football team we played, and then we're excited for tonight.
So take us to practice over the last week. When you come off a loss like that, like you said, guys played well against an incredibly tough opponent. How do you go through a week of practice like that? How do you keep the kids motivated looking to a game like Brookings?
Well, hey, it wasn't tough to get motivated when we're playing at home after being on the road for 3 straight weeks and playing a league opponent that's undefeated. I mean, we're playing for our playoff lives right now. So, we don't have a problem getting this group motivated. They're excited for tonight. I thought we had a good week of practice. We got some challenges that we're going to face tonight, but we're excited about moving forward.
Talk about Brookings Harbor for just a second. What do they bring to the table? 6-0, obviously, your second straight undefeated team. What does Brookings Harbor bring to the table?
I think they run the ball really well. I think they got some big physical receivers, and they're playing very opportunistic defense. I mean, they're playing some teams, and they're creating turnovers, and they're capitalizing on them. And so, teams like that, when that happens week in and week out, you build a level of confidence. and sometimes that helps you elevate your play in big games, and that's what we're expecting from them tonight. I mean, they realize how important this game is too. They basically seal a playoff spot with a win tonight. So we don't necessarily, but we can make our life a lot tougher if we don't get out of the blocks and play well tonight. So.
Anything you want to take a quick second to say just to the people at home? Anything you want to get those Crusaders fans riled up for tonight?
Hey, we hope everybody's gonna show up or watch on Table Rock. We're excited. We love our group of kids here. We love the fight they have in them, and hopefully we put on a good game tonight.
All right, that'll do it for our Bills Gas Coaches Corner. Back right after this.
Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls offers a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery, wisdom teeth removal, general anesthesia, dental implants, and much more. For more information or to schedule a consultation, call 541-779-3781. That's 541-779-3781.
Let's go!
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central.
Circle K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up.
You know the great deal got him a new car? This is a guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
You want someone who's gonna take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass.
That was our national anthem. So beautifully sung by a member of the St. Mary's student body tonight. There you see the Crusaders getting ready for a big one. The skies have just opened up. So we will be a wet one at U.S. Cellular tonight. We're going to go ahead and take one more quick break, and hopefully we'll be back with the action right after this. Welcome back. There you see the captains lined up at midfield. It will be the Crusaders taking in the opening kickoff. They always look to start things off on the right foot. A high-powered offense, of course, leading the way for the 4-2 St. Mary's Crusaders. Again, those two losses came in week one at Amity, 34-32. So a tough loss there. And then, of course, last week to a Hidden Valley squad that, I'm sorry, but has no business playing a 3A schedule. That is a 4A school, and every bit of it. They will compete at that. They would compete at that level, in my opinion. Nate, go ahead and introduce the people. Introduce yourself to the people, and give us some thoughts on tonight.
Well, I'm looking forward to a good one, Chris. Just here to run this camera with you and try to see off a good game. I think I'm kind of surprised to see Brookings Harbor come in at 6-0. When I was talking to you about it, I was thinking, hey, we've maybe got our hands full here tonight, but the schedule they've faced so far, maybe not the toughest, and St. Mary's with a real opportunity to get one here at home.
Yeah, this is a Crusaders team that is pumped up. They feel like they left quite a few opportunities on the field last week at Hidden Valley. Of course, a tough loss against the #1 team in the state. Brookings Harbor comes in 6-0 as well. They will kick it away. This one short, fielded by the up man at the 30, makes him miss. Past the 45. Again, sorry for the canopy legs, but that is a necessary evil right now with the rain coming down from the sky. So we'll work around that as much as we can. But so glad to have you with us here at U.S. Cellular Field. Crusaders will have the ball on the first drive of the game. Of course, they're going to look to get things off to a great start. Now, Li'iloa Kaiowaile'hua will sit in this game. Of course, he got injured towards the end of that Hidden Valley game, so that is a big part of what puts this St. Mary's squad behind the 8-ball tonight. It is the sophomore Caden Aldrich taking over. Oh, some motion, so that's not a good way to start it. Well, that will just about negate that gain. Oh, no, they're going to say offsides on Brookings is going to be the call. I only saw some Crusaders jump, but the boys in blue and white will certainly take it.
Second down and 1.
Swing the ball out, picks up the first down, stays inbound, so the clock will continue to wind.
Brady Eiler on the carry.
It was Brady Eiler.
Chris, now you do a lot more St. Mary's games than I do. I know they're not a real pass-heavy team, but I would expect tonight we're going to see an even steadier dose of the run with Aldrich at quarterback listed as a tailback and wearing number 44.
Eiler is their bruiser in the backfield, and yeah, you're absolutely right. They like to really keep it kind of balanced, and we're going to see and you really open up the passing game for the explosive plays. They like to keep it simple and then open up the explosive plays in the passing game. So we'll see what what kind of arm Aldrich has on the downfield balls, specifically to Trayvon Foster, but also to Covington. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They will play it. High snap. So Aldrich will just try and avert disaster. He gets it back to just about the line of scrimmage.
Just a busted play. Manny Zamora was waiting for him unblocked. Yeah, I don't think that's how they drew it up.
Yeah. So 3rd and 10. Aldrich in the backfield. Eiler on his right hip. They do put it in the air, and it is picked off. The tipped ball ends up in the hands of the Bruins, and they will take over at their own right about the 28-yard line. So a big play to stop the opening drive of the game, and the Bruins take over.
It looked like that was Derek Tuttle that got in and was able to catch the tipped ball. I think it was Woody Hayes, right, that said only 3 things can happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
Right.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
Threw it right into traffic. I mean, you could see the plan, just try to set up that pop pass over the top, but it wasn't there.
Throw would have had to be just on point, and it wasn't quite there. So the Bruins take over, hand the ball off. He's got lots of room around the left side. Nice job to cut off a little bit of that angle. But 15 yards on the ground, and Brookings Harbor starts with a bang.
Moves the ball out to the 45. First down.
On the ball quickly here, too. They're not going to let St. Mary's have a chance to get set at the line of scrimmage defensively.
That is going to be a pileup right in the middle. So stopped right at the line of scrimmage, bring up 2nd and 10. And really, you're running right into the heart of the St. Mary's defense there. That's what they want you to do. Their front 7 really the strength here.
That's where Brookings Harbor is going to have to make their yards to the outside. On the first play of the game, or offensive play for them, I should say.
Right.
They were able to pick up a chunk, and right there, just according to the game plan for St. Mary's, you run into the teeth of that defense, you're going to get stuffed.
Ethan Hooper will take the low snap, hand it off to the tailback who lines up right behind him, and again, the middle of that St. Mary's line stands strong. So 3rd and long on the first drive for the Bruins.
3rd down and 11.
2 plays for a loss after the big 16-yard gain on the first play of the drive. Hooper looks right, has a man. Little too fast on the crossing pattern. Augie Badger, the intended receiver.
And you hate those ones as a wide receiver. You know there's such a small window for you to be able to catch that ball without getting drilled. And if it's off target at all, it's bad news.
So 4 and out as they picked up a first down on the first play of the drive and then 3 and out after that. Bruins will kick it away. Foster back, great punt, great roll. Will pin the Crusaders at the 9-yard line. So St. Mary's will take over inside their own 10. We'll be back right after this.
Rolls dead at the Crusader 10. First down.
There's a time machine not so far away that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed from the smallest bug-eyed.
And welcome back. I apologize to our great advertisers. We'll do our best to try and get those spots in, say thank you to you as much as we can. But these schools want to push the pace this time. Crusaders try the right side of the line. That's Trey Foster with a rare carry out of the backfield. Goes for about 4 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Here comes the reverse. Oh, just got a hold of him to stop him at the line. And his teammate was able to come clean it up.
I don't think too many secrets early on from this St. Mary's offense. They knew they were without their quarterback.
Yeah.
And the one time they've tried to throw the ball, it resulted in a turnover.
Jonah Hadley on the carry that time. Get it again. This time they'll try the right side. Tries to bounce away. That's actually Brady Eiler. Going to be fit. I think they'll give it to him. That's going to be good for the first down. So Eiler with a couple of spin moves and some tough running there at the chain.
Nice second effort from Eiler. That's what was able to finish the play and move the sticks, really, was his ability to stick with it.
High snap, gets it to Eiler cleanly. Again, makes a couple of Bruins miss at the line, but not able to really get away and turn it into much.
You know, we've seen a couple of wild snaps like that, and even though they did have a whole week to practice together, having a new quarterback out there, a new cadence, a new voice behind everything, it can be a little funky for your rhythm.
And just a different target on those shotgun snaps. Again, handoff over right guard, brought down after only about a yard.
This is where they don't want to be.
Right.
3rd and long.
Yeah.
3rd down and 7.
This is where that field position game comes into play. Brookings, great job to pin them back inside their own 10. Crusaders try the hard count. Now they'll look to the sideline. Covington in motion. Handoff up the middle. Excuse me, Eiler going to be short. Picked up about 5, but had 7 to go. See what the coaches dial up. Yeah, it looks like they're going to kick it away. Not taking any chances this deep in your own territory this early in an important game. Our coach Jamie Young before the game say Brookings Harbor with a win tonight basically wraps up a playoff appearance if they can get the W tonight. So a big, big win if the Crusaders are able to defend home turf here. So that one goes against Brookings and will be good for the first down. Just heartbreaking when you make the stand on defense and then give it away in the punt formation.
Couple of breaks early for St. Mary's. No score after the turnover, and now a gifted first down. They got to make something of it.
Aldrich looks left, has the slant, overthrows Foster. Right through the hands of the Bruins defender. Almost disaster again. Kaysen Christensen had it go right through his hands in the secondary. Oh, this high snap. They tried to get Covington coming across the formation. And there is the turnover. Second turnover of the game. Or are they going to say it was a forward pass? That's an incomplete forward pass.
I guess it was, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
I know. Pretty obvious now in retrospect.
Right, it's the same as like shuffle passes because they feel like runs.
Yeah.
They feel like running plays, but then that is technically a forward pass.
Well, and part of it was that play was so discombobulated from the beginning.
Everybody's just scrambling.
Yeah, surprised none of us to see that ball end up on the ground.
Right.
Ruled an incomplete pass.
So, incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and 10. Inside 5 minutes, in fact, right at 4:45 left in the first quarter. We are scoreless from U.S. Cellular Field. A great battle on our hands here. 6-0 Brookings Harbor Bruins taking on the 4-2 St. Mary's Crusaders. But again, those two losses are to the number 1 and 2 teams in the state. This is a talented Crusaders squad trying to dig out from losing their starting quarterback. Aldrich just behind older brother. So Caden misses Kobe.
Pass to Kobe Aldrich.
And again, 4th and 10. Tough sledding without the trigger man for your explosive offense. You can see them missing Ali Iloa already. Another great bounce on the punt. St. Mary's will pick it up right at the 20-yard line. They're not going to give me. I'm going to steal your reads right here real quick. I want to say thank you to our great sponsors at Arby's. Remember before or after the game, Arby's at 41 East Stewart Avenue in Medford, where they have the meats, and they mean it. Remember, you can stop by before or after the game right there outside Spiegelberg Stadium. Go catch the Panthers or the Black Tornado. See our good friends at Arby's after the game. Also, Bill's Glass, our Coach's Corner sponsor. They're proud to be a sponsor of high school athletics. All across the Rogue Valley. That one just into the dirt. Just missed his intended receiver. And St. Mary's defense, I have a feeling, is going to really have to battle to keep them in this game. Offense is going to struggle for at least a little bit to find some rhythm with a new starting quarterback. See Ali Iloa down there on the sidelines, not on crutches, but he is not dressed today. Here's the dive. Tries to break the tackles through the middle, only picks up about a yard.
Manny Zamora, the ball carrier.
St. Mary's going to make some defensive substitutions, keep some fresh legs in there. First quarter's going by awfully quickly. A couple of teams that like to keep it on the ground. Only 4 minutes left. And we'll go ahead and check in my old stomping grounds. There's the sack. Trayvon Foster finished it off. Get who got in there first.
Pocket collapsed, and there was no chance there for Hooper to find a man downfield. It looked like the outside tackles did a good job of pushing their men upfield, but then when Hooper stepped up in the pocket, there was nowhere to go.
Sean Snyder got there first, collapsing in the middle for St. Mary's. That will bring up another 4th down and another punt opportunity for Brookings. Another good one and another good roll. That's going to bounce out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Again, we'll go ahead and keep it here. Say thank you to our great sponsors at the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. The Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery provide professional, personal, and compassionate care to their patients. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom, teeth removal, and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, go ahead and give them a call, 541-779-3781. Back to the action here on the field. Handoff goes to Heika. Again, stopped. I think that's a generous spot to even give him the line of scrimmage.
Stop for no gain, 2nd down.
And that clock just keeps rolling down to 2:50.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. It's going to be that kind of game. It's who can make something happen on offense. Crusaders, Twins to the near side. Hand off to Del Planche. Makes him miss, cuts to the sideline. That'll be very close to a 1st down. That was Heika, sorry.
It looks like he got it.
Positive development for a St. Mary's offense that's going to have to grind it out here.
Yeah, they had a couple of wrinkles in the early going, and it seemed like maybe they were getting a little too complicated for a backup quarterback. But if they can kind of just keep with the straight ahead, running it outside like that and gain yards that way, they're going to be in a lot better shape.
And they certainly can. This will be 5 yards on 1st down.
Hike of the ball carrier.
Again, Heika a little shiftier. Heika and Eiler, really your main ball carriers for the Crusaders. Eiler more the bruiser type. Heika a little shiftier. Those jump cuts really working well for him right now. Aldrich looks right, goes deep for Foster. Can he go get it? He'll get the flag instead. And that's the danger there with those deep balls. All you got to do is put it up and take your chances. You get the flag. This time it works for him. Just a 15-yard penalty here in high school.
The call is pass interference against Brookings.
Well, the ball was thrown well enough to set up the penalty at least.
And you just have to get it in the vicinity of number 8. He can go get it with the best of them, Trey Foster.
Thought it looked initially like there wasn't a ton of contact there, but at the same time, Foster not able to get back and get his path to the ball, so you can at least understand where the flag came from.
Yeah, Bruins fans weren't too happy about it. Can't say I blame them. Reverse goes to Eiler. Great awareness to hold your position and stop the reverse coming right to your face.
That's twice we've seen that play, and both times it was pretty much the same result. That's a lot of action to try to cram into that. A couple of handoffs just right there in a 6-yard box.
Right. Everybody coming right. Nice job to fill the hole.
some point, Chris, Aldrich is going to have to keep the ball. I mean, that's clearly what they're trying to set up, but they haven't done it yet. And
you have to set up the cross motions, all the misdirection. You need to establish that first. That was Derek Tuttle, by the way, standing tall in the hole for the Brookings Harbor Bruins. Aldrich will again look to pass, goes up top, just put it up. Eiler, technically the intended receiver, I suppose.
Just as well, he was double covered.
"32 seconds, we're scoreless in the first.
Looks like 4-down territory for the Crusaders. I mean, but if you're looking at that, you wonder why they decided to take a shot on that play.
Because you knew you were going to have 4th down there to back it up. And a look up. Aldrich, Foster goes to get it, and there you have it. Touchdown, St. Mary's. Trayvon Foster just went and got it.
That was too easy.
Yeah.
He makes it look easy. Good coverage on the play. That's just a playmaker going up, high pointing the ball, and getting himself on the scoreboard.
That's the thing with those, basically 50-50 balls. Aldrich is just putting it up there and trusting that Trayvon Foster's going to go be the one to go get it.
Well, at this rate, it might only take a couple of those to win this game.
When you can establish some rhythm on the ground, all you need is that one or just that handful of explosive plays over the top. Kick is up. They also lose their kicker here, but that one strong through the uprights. 7-0 Crusaders. We'll be back right after this. We are back. Timed that one perfectly. Crusaders got there on the board first, got the first touchdown of the night. Opportunity for a big return here for the Bruins. Big hit along the far sidelines. Going to get a late flag from way behind the action. But he did go flying.
Man, Brady Eiler came in hot, and unless he got him out of bounds, I don't see what the problem was.
It's one of those that maybe just feels like a flag. It looked pretty violent.
Could have been helmet to helmet, who knows?
Yeah.
But maybe he was too close to the sideline, or they were saying he was on his way out of bounds. But
right, defenseless when a guy's obviously giving themselves up. They do have that new defenseless call.
Brady Eiler lowering the boom. That's something that's going to make Peyton Armentrout think about it next time he's going up the sideline.
Yeah, he's one of those running backs that makes the linebackers think twice about stepping up into that hole. He definitely likes to put those shoulder pads down.
Personal foul against St. Mary's.
So that will start the Brookings Harbor Bruins in even better field position on the Crusader side of the 50 from the 43. Handoff up the middle, right back to the line. Not much more.
Armentrout, the ball carrier.
Armentrout. I'm going to get that one wrong all night because Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad is going to be in my head the whole time. Anyway, that'll do it. 7-0. Crusaders with the big play to Trayvon Foster get on the board first. They lead this one by a touchdown, but the Bruins have the ball. We'll be back right after this.
There's a time machine not so far away that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Welcome back. Top of the second quarter. Bruins with the ball at the 42-yard line, moving in. Handoff, tries to reverse field, back up the middle. Picks up a couple. Manny Zamora got to carry that time. Again, a couple of teams that keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving. Have a chance to check in on that big Ashland at Crater game here in a second. Looks left, finally goes to the flat, but way late. Josh Covington was closing quickly. That'll actually be about a 6-yard loss.
Nice pressure by the defensive line again.
Cooper's pass complete to Jacob McCollum.
Going to see the punt unit here for Brookings Harbor after the loss there.
4th down and 12.
Bruins kick it away. Sky high, fielded at the 10. Crusaders going to return it, but nice coverage. 3 white shirts surrounded him right away, and just a couple of yards picked up on the return. So again, the Crusaders will start with awful field position.
Return is to the 12. 1st down from there.
Aldridge pitches it out. This is Hike. Again, the shiftiness picks up.
Will Hike of the ball carrier.
At least 7. Yeah, they'll put him right about 6 yards for Hike.
You got to give St. Mary's credit so far the way they've adjusted to having a backup quarterback in there. I mean, there definitely been some pitfalls right in front of them that they've almost fallen into, but they've kind of been able to.
Actually, I've been kind of impressed at how little adjustment there's been. They're obviously a little more run heavy, but they're putting the ball in the air more than I expected. Into the backfield quickly for the stop. Manny Zamora brings Brady Eiler down. Tied at Crater. Ashland 7. Crater Comet 7. There's the reverse action. This time there's room. He is gone, folks. Just watch the camera. Touchdown, St. Mary's. Oh, no. No. At the 36-yard line, back behind the play, we have a flag.
Laundry on the field.
Yeah. That's unfortunate because although
they're waving it off.
So the touchdown will stand. It looks like they're waving off the flag. So the touchdown will stand. St. Mary's takes a 2-score lead.
87 yards on the run that time. Looked like it was Jonah Hadley. They'd run that little counter play a couple of times early on, and it had been stuffed for no gain both times. That time the seas parted.
Yeah, nothing but green grass in front of Hadley. Crusaders will kick it. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14-0. Crusaders lead up by a pair of scores. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. Oof. Welcome back. Crusaders kicking away after their second touchdown of the night. What'd you say, 87 yards for Jonah Hadley on the run. Bruins with a good return. I'll have it out to about the 37. Checking in on a couple other games. South Medford Panthers down 21-0 to the Sheldon Irish. And North Medford Black Tornado up 21-0 over Roseburg. So a couple of Southwest Conference scores checking in there. There you see our score here at U.S. Cellular Field. 14-0. St. Mary's Crusaders over the Brookings Harbor Bruins, the undefeated Brookings Harbor Bruins. St. Mary's went in shorthanded, down their starting quarterback, Ali'i Loa. Mix-up on the handoff puts the ball on the turf. Nice recovery and just ability to save this drive. Down 14-0. Last thing you want to do is give St. Mary's some field position here.
Yeah, this is a spot where this could fall apart pretty quickly for Brookings Harbor if they don't at least move the ball and chew up some clock and show that they can do something against this St. Mary's defense.
Losses back to the 36. Second down.
So far, there really hasn't been much going on.
St. Mary's defense really the strength of this team. Here comes the pressure, just gets it away.
Danger.
Kobe Aldrich cleaned it up at the point of attack. An incredibly dangerous play there. Frankly, lucky to just get out of it with the null down.
Logan Haller now appears to be in at quarterback, too, so.
Thank you, Nate. And timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and take this one with them. 14-0 Crusaders back right after this on TableRockSports.net.
There's a time machine not so far away that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Just in time as this one gets underway, and a pickup of about 5 on a little bit of a broken play, but not going to be nearly enough on 3rd and 12. So we'll bring up 4th and 5, see what the Bruins dial up. I don't know. I think you might, down 14-0, you haven't been able to establish much. No, it looks like they're going to bring in the kicking team. Even close to midfield, I think you got to think about maybe going for it here.
Yeah, it's not time to play conservatively. You're down 14. You're on the road. You're a quarter and a half into this one. You can't afford to give up any more points.
Kick is away. Foster will grab it. And just too many white shirts for him to escape. Only picked up a couple on the return. Remember, you can join up with Table Rock Sports and the NFHS Network for all the playoffs coming up here in November and December. We'll have all the soccer state championships, all your football state playoffs and championships. They will all be coming to you live for $9.95 a month. Just that 1 month subscription to the NFHS Networks gets you every single game all across the state for every sport. Here's the pitch. Eiler to the 30. So 5 yards for Brady Eiler. Again, NFHS Network and Table Rock Sports will have all of your state playoff action coming up this year. We'll also have the basketball tournaments coming up those are usually in March, February or March. And then baseball, softball, all the championships coming up in June as well. Handoff on the high snap. And just following his lead blocker is Brady Eiler, just running up the back of Kobe Aldrich.
Eiler, the ball carrier. Gains to the 33. 3rd down and 2.
Aldrich with the snap and the handoff. This will be close there. It's going to be short of the 1st down.
Pretty conservative on those 3 plays there for St. Mary's. I think that they're happy to run the clock with a 14-point lead.
Fair enough, yeah, at this point, especially if Brookings going to punt it even close to midfield like that, yeah. Just take the possession, run some clock, going to halftime with the lead. Foster, your lone wide out here to the bottom. Got 3 men stacked to the top. The handoff will go to Eiler. 1st down and about 5 more.
Eiler, the ball carrier.
Also, you got Brady Eiler back there. You got a pretty much locked in 2 or 3 yards on 3rd or 4th and short like that.
Yeah, it's just so hard at this level to stop a running play for a yard or 2.
Right.
Especially with that back.
Any sort of momentum. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Any sort of momentum, running back ends up falling forward. Aldrich rolling, looking, has Foster wide open. Beautiful throw. About a 20-yard pickup to Trey Foster. There you see, Aldrich does have a little bit of an arm. Really nice throw.
We saw the throw, not the catch. Battling the adverse weather with a canopy.
Yeah, we do.
But how many times have we seen that out of Foster? We could just splice in any of the number of other catches that he's had.
Heika Again, trying to find room, will only pick up a couple.
You know, when we talk about St. Mary's trying to run the clock, too, I don't think it's a matter of necessarily being conservative or trying to play not to lose. I mean, we're only midway through the second quarter, but they know that they've already turned the ball over tonight, and they've had a couple more that could have been turnovers. Don't risk it. Play to your strengths right now.
There's your designed keeper, and Aldrich will be, oh, I don't know. I didn't see a face mask.
Well, he wrapped him around, but it didn't look like he got him up by the face.
I didn't see a face mask or a horse collar. I assume it's going to be something like that on the call. He did get whipped around fairly violently, but they may wave it off. Let the officials take a second, talk this one over. Nope, they will call a face mask.
Face mask penalty against the defense.
And just in case you maybe didn't like that call, it is time for all you former high school athletes to get back in the game. Please consider becoming an OSAA official. There is absolutely, in all seriousness, a shortage statewide in all sports at all levels. You can go to www.newofficials.org to learn how you can get back in the game and start to give back in high school athletics. Another dead ball flag.
Definitely going to get a false start this time around.
Yeah, Crusaders just walking backwards.
False start against the offense. Moves the ball back to the 35. Second down and 7.
And looks like we're going to get a timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and take it with them. 4.5 minutes left until halftime. St. Mary's leads at 14-0. Back on TableRockSports.net right after this. Welcome back. Fumble on the play. Crusaders put it on the ground, and the Bruins recover. So exactly what Brookings Harbor needed here with 4.5 minutes left until the break. Hopefully they can maybe take this opportunity and put something on the board.
That's wild. We've seen that counter all of 4 times tonight. 3 times. Twice it was dropped for a loss. One time they lose a fumble, and the other one was an 87-yard touchdown run.
Definition of boom or bust. To the air. Just off his intended receiver's fingertips. And Ethan Hooper is back taking the snaps for Brookings Harbor. It was Andrew Berger on the intended pass.
We'll just keep an eye on whether or not they alternate quarterbacks from here on out, or if something happened to Hooper on that last drive to hold him out.
Keeper for Hooper. Flag on the play. Only picked up a couple as he just put his head down, dove right into right tackle. Holding against the Bruins. Will back him up.
Well, man, you talked about the strength of that St. Mary's defensive front. Look at it right there, a holding penalty, and there was still nowhere to go.
Yeah, right, exactly. Comets take the lead 14-7 over the Ashland Grizzlies. And Central Point, Danny Hanby, Aaron Nilsson in my old stomping grounds. They have the game of the night tonight, no doubt, in the Valley. Number 2 and 3 in the state going at it there.
Second down and 21.
Hooper on the no, not going to keep it. Now going to look to throw. Has an open man. Beautifully designed play.
Lost the ball.
Oh, did he on the
Went out of
sideline?
bounds.
Okay, but he kept it, so
Yep.
they will retain possession.
Cooper's pass complete to Jason Deshawn.
Wide open on that play. I mean, no one within 10 to 15 yards of Deshaun on that play. Well set up by the play fake. And you got to make that throw, too. Hooper moving across his body. Found a dart at that second level, moving the sticks.
Again, Hooper on the ground, turns the corner, picks up a couple, but no more.
Ethan Hooper, the ball carrier.
Looks like Trayvon Foster maybe a little bit shaken up down there.
Don't want to lose that young man. So explosive on both sides of the ball. Puts his hand on the ground there. Cuts in to cut off the angle from right end. Does a nice job to force the running back to change lanes, but he keeps his legs moving, pushing the pile, and that will get him close to a first down. Really, really fantastic.
Great effort, and that's, this is a big momentum-shifting drive possibly for Brookings Harbor.
Absolutely, yeah. On a turnover, they can score here, put some points on the board going into halftime. Totally different game. And again, they will receive the ball coming out of halftime as well after deferring the opening coin toss. First down, Foster gets him from behind. Hooper on the design keeper. Clock will stop as they reset the chains.
This is really the first drive in this game for Brookings Harbor, Chris, where they've been able to consistently gain yardage and on the ground.
Again, design keeper right through the 5-hole between left guard and left tackle.
And you know what happened there? They saw that Trayvon Foster was shaken up, and they've gone right at him 2 plays in a row.
I think that might be a very, very good call there, Nate.
Second down and 9.
I mean, not even any misdirection, just quarterback keeper right at him.
Yeah. Foster stays on the field. This time they roll right. Trying to find that mid-level again. St. Mary's was all over it. Eiler was standing right in front of him, as was Aldrich. So not fooled that time. Crusaders were all over that play. It's the same play they ran the other direction and picked up about 20.
Good adjustment by St. Mary's, too. Now, that's when you got to look at your quarterback, Hooper, and ask him to make an adjustment.
Comes back to the left, has his man. Nice stop route, nice throw. 8 yards on the pickup, but it will be short of the first down. So 4th and less than a yard. You got to go here, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, now 2 things you got to look at there, though. If you're the receiver, know where the sticks are on that stop route, but a great tackle by Eiler to hold him short.
4th and 1, and the Crusaders going to give it away. Foster jumped. So just the break the Bruins needed to keep this drive going. 1:39 left until the halftime break. Crusaders lead it 14-0, but the Bruins can cut that in half, and they'll have the ball. He jumped the route this time. Yeah, they're going to get Covington for getting there earlier. I don't know what else he's supposed to do there. He's got to have a chance to get to the ball.
There is a flag on the play.
I think they might have been a little bit quick on the flag there.
I mean, Covington was right on top of him. But on a quick hit stop route like that, got to give the cornerback some sort of opportunity to make a play.
Well, the one thing we can say, though, is that the officials are calling that consistently. You know, they're clearly looking for that defensive pass interference, because we've seen a couple tonight that, Chris, I think you and I both agree could go either way, and you know, they're flagging it. So now that's where you got to know that as a player.
Again, Hooper will keep it. Try the middle. Nothing doing. Well, in fact, they'll give him about half a yard. So he did technically get positive yardage. Clock winds down to 60 seconds. Handoff. They try the middle of that St. Mary's line. Good luck.
Not that time.
I mean, there's room there, but it's around the corners. It is not right up the middle.
Stop for no gain, 3rd down.
Crater stretching that lead, 20-7 over Ashland now. Comet's starting to roll. Hooper throws low. So that'll bring up 4th.
Well, that's just such a risky call in this area. When you've got one receiver in the route, you're just counting on that spot being vacated by the linebacker, and if it's not there and your quarterback can't tuck it, I guess that's really the best case scenario.
Yeah,
throw it at his feet and go get yourself 3 in this case.
Live to play another day. Yeah, absolutely. So the Bruins will put the kick through the uprights, so they will get on the board with a field goal. 28 seconds left until the half. 14-3 St. Mary's Crusaders. We'll be back on the Table Rock Sports Network right after this.
Let's go!
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery provide professional, personal, and compassionate care for their patients. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice the full scope of services, from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781.
We think in our stores that we have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got Grand Champion, and today I got Reserve Grand Champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility, and the program wouldn't be how it is today.
We are back. That kickoff is going to be fielded by Jaden Foster, and he'll pick up about 5. So 24 seconds, you taking shots, or are you just taking it into the locker room?
Oh, man, with your backup quarterback,
Yeah,
you know what the safe play is, but I mean, I say fire one off here on 1st down. You know what the heck? I think Brookings Harbor is going to be probably looking for the run as well. Take one shot downfield.
You got Trey Foster out there.
Yeah, and
the worst. Yeah,
right.
What's
You
the
got
worst
Foster, and Aldrich has shown that he has a good enough arm to overthrow the coverage.
They've got 2.
they're
Brookings Harbor has
up.
2 defenders right over the top of Trayvon Foster. They'll hand it to Eiler on the draw, who will pick up 8, and that'll likely do it. Yeah, they're not. Nope. They're waving it dead on the field, so the clock will stop. Eiler lost his helmet, looks like.
St. Mary's is going to take a timeout.
Okay, they are going to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll go ahead and stay here. Fans, you can stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to the people, places, and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans with all the latest smartphones, tablets, hotspots, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, is a presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. So I want to say thank you to our great sponsors at Travel Medford. Southern Oregon is a hotbed for local sports at the youth, high school, college, and even Olympic levels. You can stay in touch with all the sports in Southern Oregon at southernoregonsports.com. That's run by Travel Medford. It's like we are just about back to action. Very well be the last play here of the first half. Brookings Harbor coach has a question for the officials. Get one last read in. You can get your crunch on with the crispy, crunchy chicken special that is available right now at My Circle K. You can find them, follow them, and kick back with them at mycirclek.com. So as soon as we get this explanation straightened out, it will be Crusaders on the snap. Now Coach Young would like that same explanation. He will get it. Sounds like North Medford will be in-house at Channel 10 tonight for Friday Night Football. Sounds like Demi's bringing the whole band. They got a bus ready to bring the whole band over there.
Oh, my.
Quick shout-out. A little person I got to know the band director there at North Medford High School, Kendra Taylor, good friend of mine. Big shout-out to Kendra. Does a great job. Aldrich, and they will go deep. Aldrich to Aldrich, over the middle. Flag with 8 seconds left.
Big collision.
There was, but that's one of those, it's so tough. That to me is a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, it really did look like they were both going for the ball. It was kind of incidental contact. There wasn't any headhunting going on.
That ball is just floating up there. Both players absolutely have equal opportunity to go get that ball. There is no offensive advantage necessarily.
Pass interference penalty.
So 15 yards. We'll give the Crusaders maybe even 2 more shots at it here with 8 seconds left from the 45. 3 wide. Aldrich looks right, goes right. Jaden Foster just trying to break it up. 2 seconds left. We'll get one more play.
Jaden Foster, incomplete. Second down.
Foster, of course, really talented, but he is a freshman. I think a couple years from now we're going to see him make a better run at that ball and be able to get it at a higher point up there.
Oh, yeah. St. Mary's definitely trying to build something here. This is a sophomore pulling the trigger. Has Covington on the slant. Yeah, I think he was down. Yeah, they're going to mark him down, and that'll do it. So he does complete the pass to Josh Covington. Brookings Harbor does a nice job to bring him down in the field of play. 14-3 is how we will head to the break. Brookings Harbor will have the ball when we start the second half. And we will have that for you right after this.
What is education? Is it desks in a line? Is it reading from a textbook? Or should it be something more?
St. Mary's is a really special place, and it's hard to understand that unless you visit, unless you spend time here.
And the kids here are just wonderful.
It makes teaching easy because they want to learn and they're very respectful.
They care about each other. They know how to collaborate and work together. They know how to figure out complex problems.
They respond to enthusiasm and they develop their own enthusiasm, which is something that I feed off as a teacher.
We care for them as a whole, as an individual. It's not just about my subject. We care about all parts of that student.
One of the benefits of our project-based learning program in the middle school is that students are able to take what they're learning and make something really creative and inventive and exciting, and they're also very invested in it because it's real to them.
The students really get involved and get to learn problem solving through a hands-on approach. Through our mod system, they can take an engineering class and see if it's for them, but then maybe realize that they want to do something a little more creative and then take some art classes and find out that architecture might be their thing.
This is education for the 21st century. Our program is designed to teach people to think outside the box.
This year we have students from 11 different countries, plus all of our American students. So we're an international campus. Students learn from each other. Local students learn from students who come to go to school here. In the classrooms, they really add to what is happening, and that benefits the local students.
A great education is more than just what happens inside the classroom. It's what happens when students learn about competition, about teamwork, about how to win and how to lose. It's about learning how to become who they need to become. I think what's most important about this is that you know that kid sitting in front of you, you see them as an individual, and you understand that you can have an impact on their life and inspire them to find out something about themselves that they didn't know existed, and that they can leave the school and they can go off and do some great things with their lives, whatever that may be. I feel like we're doing something pretty special and spectacular at this place. It's so inspiring, not only for myself, these students, but for everybody who works here, for everybody who comes here. To be part of St. Mary's is something that is truly extraordinary.
Hi, welcome to St. Mary's School.
I'm Alea, a junior.
And I'm Corin, a senior.
And we wanted to give you a quick tour of our amazing school. Come on.
St. Mary's is on the cutting edge of education, developing dynamic thinkers and lifelong learners.
Our teachers are passionate, our facilities are high-tech, and the open environment encourages critical thinking.
Our robotics lab is better than that of most colleges.
In fact, we've competed on the global scale. We've been to the World Championships not once, but 4 times.
These robots are going to take over the world.
No, but St. Mary's will.
Albert Einstein once said, the only thing you absolutely need to know is the location of the library.
And ours covers 5,000 square feet, housing over 12,000 titles. We even have 767 books from our Confucius Classroom Hanban organization.
It's where our dynamic thinkers come to read, study, or just chill for a little while.
This is our middle school, where it all starts.
Let's go check it out. The 5th grade. I haven't been here since, well, the 5th grade.
Since St. Mary's has 5th through 12th grades, we recognize that it's important for the lower grades to have their own unique experience.
I miss the 5th grade.
Yeah, simpler times. What is the most important thing to any student, anytime, anywhere? Food.
And boy, do we have it. With a full restaurant-style kitchen, we aren't just serving PB&Js.
We have a bunch of healthy options, including vegetarian and gluten-free stuff.
We even have fries.
That's a breadstick. And what do we do on Friday nights?
We study.
No.
We go to the library.
Really?
We appreciate the patience of our wonderful teachers.
We'll be doing what millions of other students across the country will be doing. Football! We fly that blue and white every Friday night. Let's go Crusaders, let's go! Let's go Crusaders, let's go!
At St. Mary's, we're not just a bunch of brainiacs. We're the 7-time winners of the OSAA Oregonian Cup.
We compete in 19 different sports, including football, soccer, tennis, cross country, track and field, archery, and so much more.
I mean, we have an 8-lane all-weather track and 5 acres of athletic fields.
So yeah, we take our sports pretty seriously. This is our chapel, based on the architecture of the Galla Placidia in Ravenna, Italy.
And the 4 arms of this chapel are thematic and represent the 4 stages in growth and faith. I know stuff.
We like to think globally here at St. Mary's.
Not only do we travel to other countries,
we invite international students from all over the world to come stay and learn with us.
Our beautiful dorm is right here on campus and features spacious 2-person rooms, a full kitchen, a huge common area for watching TV, playing ping pong, or just hanging out with other international students. One of the best things about St. Mary's is that we only have about 500 students.
Which means that the student-to-teacher ratio is about 10 to 1.
It also means we have 500 awesome friends.
We approach scheduling a little differently here at St. Mary's.
That's because we use the mod system. It gives us over 300 courses to choose from.
And it gives us the flexibility to make up our own unique schedule. And the term only lasts 26 days, giving us a school year full of classes we want to take. So what does this all mean for you?
Well, we found just the guy to answer that. Our principal, Mr. Meyer.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Well, what this means for you guys is you have a school that really cares about where you're going and your future. We have 100% college acceptance rate. We've got extensive AP classes. And you guys have a faculty who really cares for you and really wants to see you do well with your lives.
So it's like a GPS, but for our futures.
Yes, it is, but kind of without the robot voice there, Corin.
St. Mary's School is more than just a campus, cafeteria, or classrooms.
St. Mary's is a home where you'll begin to find your true place in the world.
This is where your journey begins. And from here?
Well, that's up to you.
Let's go!
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery provide professional, personal, and compassionate care for their patients. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice the full scope of services, from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781.
We think in our stores that we have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got grand champion, and today I got reserve grand champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. And the program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherb coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at Southern Oregon Sports.
US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
Circle K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass in Grants Pass.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Let's go!
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is a guy from Lithia who made it all possible. Carlos. Hey, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and AlithiaSuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
Welcome back. It is time for the second half. 14-3. St. Mary's Crusaders lead this one. It's actually the third quarter, and I'll take that down as we are kicking it off. So the Bruins will open the second half with the ball. They scored a field goal right before halftime to break the shutout. And this is exactly the kind of thing you were trying to set up when you defer an opening coin toss and you want that possession in the second half. So they were able to get points going into halftime. They now open the second half with the ball and field position at the 30-yard line. Let's see what the Bruins coaching staff drew up in the break. Handoff over right tackle, good for 3.
So far after one play, they drew up the exact same thing they did in the first half.
Yes, indeed. See if they have some more exciting things off of this.
Moves the ball to the 33, second down and 7.
Not this time. He will be slung down for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, on their last drive of the half, we saw him attack Trayvon Foster after he was a little shaken up. A couple plays in a row, and they picked up some chunk yardage on it. I think they got to Bugs Bunny's Magic Tonic Water or whatever it was at halftime because Foster showing no ill effects here in the third quarter.
John Beatty slinging Peyton Armentrout to the ground that time. Armentrout will move to his left hip. He will look left. Pressure comes, picked up, floats it over the top. Too tall for his intended receiver. Derek Tuttle.
Pretty quick 3-and-out out of Brookings Harbor.
So, with me saying this is what you're trying to set up coming out of halftime, they do not manage to do anything with it. End up 4th and 13 and will kick it away. To Jaden Foster, who puts it on the ground, still loose. Flag way behind the play. Trey Foster puts his hands in the air. So this one could go on the blue and white. And the Bruins recover the loose ball. So bad news all the way around.
See what the call is, but that's, yeah. Biggest play of the night so far for Brookings Harbor.
Okay, it is actually declined, so the result of the play and the change of possession will stand. So they're going to decline the penalty, let the fumble stand, and Brookings Harbor will take over at the 27-yard line going in. Ethan Hooper is your trigger man. He'll take that snap, tuck it into his left arm, designed to run the entire way. He'll finally push him out.
Ethan Hooper on the quarterback.
Jonah Hadley, nice job selling out to chase him down on the sideline to cut off the angle.
Gain is down to the 21. Second down and 3.
That's Foster's job to stop that play right there, to set that edge. Wasn't able to do it. I wonder if Brookings is going to keep going to that well.
Again, looks left, goes into the flat, underthrows his receiver.
Hooper's pass to Manny Zamora incomplete.
Zamora
Third down.
out of the backfield. And again, a tremendous opportunity here. One that Brookings Harbor really, you hate to say it, it's still pretty early, but they've got to get something out of this. Foster jumped.
Get ball 5.
He's keyed up right now. if it weren't such a, we have to stop him sort of situation, I might think about sitting Trey for just a series or two. Maybe let him take a couple deep breaths. He is all sorts of keyed up.
Yeah, he's been great offensively.
Yeah.
He's got the receiving touchdown, but this has not been his best night on the defensive side of the ball so far.
Bruins will bring the play in from the sideline. They're going to crunch that far receiver. Keep it on the ground. Stands him up right at the point of attack, and then the Crusaders close in at the end. That was Brady Eiler with the initial contact.
Short gain on the play. Second down and 9.
The pitch, puts it on the ground, manages to fall back on top of it, but he'll lose, say, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11. Clock rolls past 9 minutes in the third.
Just outside the 18, third down and about 12.
Pressure coming, throws away from it. Yeah, the far back official is going to get the defensive pass interference call. The up official, was looking right at it, did not throw a flag.
Well, you're just not going to get away with that. You got to turn and run when that receiver gets to you. Because once that ball gets in the air, if you're hung up, you're going to get flagged for that every time.
And you're absolutely right, Nate. At least they're being consistent. This is a flag, you said. This is a flag that is going to come out if there is any sort of contact. So, 3rd and 3. Now, that's half the distance on the pass interference penalty. Woo! And there's the explosion. Trayvon Foster blowing it up in the backfield. That'll bring up 4th and 10.
Well, it didn't work that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have had his ears burning hearing us talking about him up here, because if he was blocked at all, it wasn't very well.
Right. And that's what that explosion brings, right? That quick twitch kind of guy. He's looking to get off as quickly as possible.
Well, and that's what players like
Sometimes
that
you
do.
jump.
They might be invisible for
Yeah.
2.5 quarters and then come up with a play like that where they really show their worth.
So Brookings looking for points here. This will be 30 yards on the field goal. Kick is up. Kick is no good. Wide left. So the score will stay. Logan Holler missed that one. Score will stay 14-3. Let's take a quick break, although we may have to cut it short, and we'll be back.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lake who made it all possible, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass.
Sorry.
Circle K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle.
Welcome back. Crusaders keep it on the ground. Brady Eiler, punishing runner. I would not be at all surprised if we see a heavy dose of Brady Eiler moving forward here. Indeed, Eiler again on the dive.
Brady Eiler to carry him, moves the ball out to the 35. Second down.
You really got to admire Caden Aldrich doing an incredibly admirable job filling in here as starting quarterback after Kaeo Wailehua goes down. I've seen maybe like a 10-15% shift, but I mean a little more run heavy now with Aldrich back there, but they're still putting the ball up.
Well, they've gotten much more smooth about it as the game has gone on. There were some bumps in the road timing-wise early on in the game, a couple of bad snaps, mistimed pitches, and just kind of broken plays. But they've really settled in nicely here as the game has continued.
Long pitch to Eiler, and Foster cannot make his seal block on the edge. Really nice job. I believe that was Zamora.
You're going to have to find some sort of other action about that, because now that's a tough block for Foster to make. That defensive back out there watches your tailback take that wide open step and belly open to look for that toss, and he's going to be diving in. Foster's really got no chance.
Especially when it's not like they haven't seen this play. They're crashing.
Yeah.
They know what's coming. They're crashing here to begin with. So the punt squad out for the Crusaders. Inside the 30, where it will finally be downed. Go ahead and just keep it here. this quick pace. 5:34 left on the clock. Said thank you to all our great sponsors. And again, St. Mary's just itchy trigger fingers on that defensive line. It's bitten them 4 or 5 times already tonight.
Encroachment against the Crusaders, 5-yard penalty.
Just want to reiterate, we could not do what we do and give you all these games completely free of charge on our beautiful new YouTube premium channel. Could not do what we do without our great sponsors. Please do take the opportunity to patronize them whenever possible. Pickup of a couple on 1st and 5.
Hoover's pass complete to Jacob McCollum. Getting us to the 37. 2nd down and 2.
Just sneaking past the sticks for the 1st down.
Moves the ball out across the 40. Stop just short of the 41. 1st down. Correction, ball spotted right at the 41.
Flag before the snap.
Up top, it was Derek Tuttle got a little aggressive there. Maybe hear the fans.
Yeah. These Brookings Harbor fans do not lack in vocality or volume. That's definitely not a word. I absolutely just made up that word.
It is now. It's done.
I was trying.
It's over. It's out there. You can't bring it back.
1st and 15. Has a man past the sticks, complete. 20-yard completion for Brookings Harbor. Jacob McCollum.
Nice pass and catch. Yeah, that one wasn't as wide open as we've seen some of these pass plays for Brookings Harbor. McCollum had to go up and make a play kind of in traffic there.
Yeah.
Good job to hang on.
Hit him right in the soft spot between 3 St. Mary's defenders. Beautiful pitch and catch. As Brookings Harbor, and now a flag behind the play. It's probably going to be a hold. Yeah, yes, indeed. Brad Russell had a couple of handfuls of jersey that time.
Just can't afford to do that to yourself against this St. Mary's defense. They haven't been able to move the ball as it is. Now you just give up some yardage.
Moving backwards certainly isn't going to get it done. Looks left, hits the slant pattern, threw it behind him. Jamoria Beasley, the intended receiver.
Hooper's really kind of spraying it all over the place a little bit, too. He's had a couple of passes that have been spot on.
Right.
And have gone for big yardage, the most recent of which we saw go to Jacob McCollum. But then there have also been a couple of easy throws that he's misfired in a big way. That was one of them.
Had an open man, threw it right at his feet. Looks left, comes back over the middle, rolls to escape, has his man. Complete at the original line of scrimmage, makes a miss. Stiff arm, head down.
McCollum again, doing all the heavy lifting on this drive. And that was a great pass there as well. McCollum's shown that he can make the catch in traffic and get himself open in tight spaces. But you got to give some credit there to Hooper as well. He knows that he's just got to hit him in the hands. Great run after the catch, too.
Absolutely. Couple of broken tackles really earned it. 1st and 10. Keeper up the middle will be good for 5. Eiler put his shoulder down at the point of contact.
So now you kind of have a chance to breathe if you're Brookings. After you make up all that penalty yardage, you move the chains a little bit, you can kind of catch your breath again and settle back into this drive that has been pretty successful, with the exception of that holding penalty.
Looks over the middle, keeps it. Should have maybe gotten rid of it as the pass rush gets home for St. Mary's.
Tackle for a loss by John Beatty.
John Beatty, captain for the Crusaders defense. And that front seven continues to really be the strength of the blue and white. When you have someone like Trey Foster coming off the end, you've got some stout middle-of-the-line guys. You've got linebackers like Aldrich and Eiler that can really run. Again, the pressure coming.
Cooper's pass complete.
Again, McCollum. 150 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Fourth down and 4.
Lining up to go for it is Brookings, and why not?
Who knows when you're going to see field position like this again. Timeout. Yeah, they're going to talk about it. They know how important this possession is. They need points here. And Brookings Harbor are going to talk it over. Try and find the best way to get them. We'll be back with it right after this.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass.
2:09 as the rain starts to come down a little bit harder. Hooper looks left, going to tuck and run, has room. Good for the first down. Really nice job to see the space in front of him. Keep this drive alive. We were just saying during the break, who knows when Brookings Harbor are going to see this kind of field position again. So really a no-brainer, 4-down territory. You got to make something of this drive. Hooper in the grasp, brought down. Managed to make a positive play out of it at least.
Just running for his life back there, though.
Pressure's really starting to get home. 90 seconds now. And when you're St. Mary's, and you can really just pin your ears back here. This is the kind of pass rush you start to see out of them.
And with the rain starting to come down, I think you kind of want them to pass the ball.
Handoff. They're going to play it safe. Keep it on the ground. Zamora for 3.
If you are St. Mary's, you're going to stack up, and you're going to be looking for the run. You're going to be looking for them to keep it on the ground and force Ethan Hooper to make throws.
And we've got a Bruin down just long enough to cause the stoppage. We'll keep it here either way. They may just call off that. Yeah, they're going to try and keep it going awfully quick.
Brad Russell marching off the field under his own power.
Remember, you can always check us out on the TRS Watch Now app on the Android and Apple stores. Download our free app. You can check out all of our games with just one tap. And again, the pass rush is just relentless. The third man is Trey Foster, who finally brings him down. Sean Snyder led the attack.
Chris, too, it's one thing to get to the quarterback. It's another to finish the play.
Sure.
And that's what we've seen more than once, too, is that Hooper's been able to make the first guy miss, but it's the second guy, third guy, keep him wrapped up, keep those hands strong, and finish off the hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, that'll do it. 3, 2, 1. There's the whistle for the end of the third quarter. Brookings Harbor trying to put some more points on the board. They trail 14-3. Back with Crusaders football on TableRockSports.net right after this.
Circle K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
We're back, top of the fourth. Hooper to the right. Zamora tipped away. Jaden Foster made the athletic play on the back end.
Boy, it was going to be tough to squeeze that throw in there.
Double coverage with that free safety just floating there over the top. Jaden Foster can certainly make up room in a hurry.
You know, and that's something that Hooper is going to have to learn at some point. If you're going for that second level fade on the sidelines, you've got to get that ball there yesterday.
Get it out.
You can't float it if you're trying to get it in between the safety and the corner like that.
To the 25, so 7, no. Look at him to the 26, so 3 yards for Heika. Close to the first down. Heika looks to be doing the majority of the heavy lifting now. It's nice to have choices.
Yeah, no kidding. That was all kind of set up by that late formation shift as well.
Of course, it was Jonah Hadley on that 87-yard scamper, the broken field play for the touchdown. So all sorts of weapons for St. Mary's.
Heika, the ball carrier.
Just looking forward to South Umpqua. We'll be right back here next week. South Umpqua in town for the Crusaders. They do hand it to Eiler. We'll see if he can break the tackle. Nice job to wrestle him down. Eiler's so good at breaking tackles out there. You almost are shocked when the first or sometimes even the second man manages to bring him down.
That time Brookings was just waiting for it, and you think maybe that has something to do with the fact that second and medium, this part of the field, you're looking for something that's in a little bit deeper part of the playbook defensively.
And the Bruins, a little frisky this time. Something that's really plagued St. Mary's tonight finally comes back to bite the Bruins.
Encroachment penalty on Brookings Harbor. 5-yard penalty out to the 39.
Spin move to break the tackle and pick up the first down. Will Heika doing work.
Moves the ball out to the Crusader 45. Correction, 44. First down.
Good second effort. That was a pretty big hit delivered by Ethan Hooper, but that's why you got to wrap up.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed to extend this drive, keep that clock moving, sit on this double-digit lead over the undefeated Brookings Harbor Bruins. This is a big, big win. If you heard my pregame interview with Coach Jamie Young, this one doesn't necessarily lock up that playoff appearance for St. Mary's. Those two tough losses, although you literally cannot imagine two higher-ranked losses. They have lost to the number 1 and 2 teams in the state. So if it comes down to record, to difficulty of opponent, they certainly have that trump card.
But that's his job as the coach. You know, you can't let him know, hey, a win this week gets us in, because there's still plenty of season left. You have to have these guys every week preparing like a loss might put them out of the picture.
After South Umpqua next week, of course, in 2 weeks, it will be the Holy War. The Cascade Christian, yeah, 2 flags, not just 1, but 2. Heika made some beautiful moves, but it's all for naught.
Signal is holding against St. Mary's.
Like the hesitation, it looked like there wasn't very much room for him to go.
Yeah, it was a nice run.
Correction, penalty is actually illegal block, not holding.
Illegal block, the official call. So it's really starting to come down now.
Moves the ball back to the 42. Remains second down and 12.
Aldrich. Wide open. Trey Foster slips on the newly soaked turf.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's a synthetic surface doesn't mean it's not slippery.
Oh, it's several thousand recycled tires down there.
Yeah, I mean, it gets as slick as any grass. It just doesn't get torn up so that you have to replace it every week.
These new field turf fields that have really taken over. So much less maintenance than any sort of traditional natural grass, and just so much softer and safer and more natural than the old school AstroTurf. Heika. He's patient. He's a really patient runner. He's really great at making those jump cuts, finding the right hole. There was nothing there that time, but you can still see, you can see the vision. You can see him trying to find those holes.
He has kind of been their change of pace when they've tried to go straight ahead or have some power runs with Eiler. When those haven't been working, they've been able to go to Heika, and it's almost as though he creates space where it didn't exist.
I mean, right up the middle, Heika, nothing fancy. 10. I think we're going to get some sort of after. Yeah, we're going to get something, some sort of personal foul either on Trey Foster or on a Brookings Harbor player, you know, right there involved with Foster.
We got some extracurriculars down there.
Yeah, a little bit. Trey's been hyped all night. You can just see it in the way. I mean, he's had what? At least 2 or 3 jumping early penalties, offside penalties. he's just been on edge.
Well, it's homecoming,
yeah,
right? And you got a 6-0 team coming in. This is a statement game for St. Mary's.
Like they said, 3 straight. Like Coach Young said, 3 straight games on the road. This is your first home game against an undefeated team to effectively, go a long way towards locking up a playoff spot. And it just has not been a clean game for St. Mary's.
Moves the ball back to the Crusader correction. Brookings Harbor 47.
Looks like we are going to get a timeout here on the field. Brookings Harbor at least wants to discuss something with the officials. Oh, nope, they got it straightened out. I think maybe a clock issue. They'll wind it. 6:40 left in the game. St. Mary's sitting on that 11-point lead. Without their starting quarterback, they have done a really, really nice job to control the pace of play in this game. They've played some stifling defense at times and really had a plan and executed that plan really, really well on offense.
Yeah, I would think that this is probably about what Jamie Young envisioned coming into tonight. We knew the weather was going to be kind of lousy all week. We knew they were without their backup quarterback. Just control the ball and put faith in that defense.
And there's Aldrich throwing it right to a spying defender. Bruins were all over that like they knew it was coming. Andrew Berger sat down and picked it off. And that's just your first start. I mean, Kobe Aldrich came in. Sorry, not Kobe. Caden Aldrich came in midway through the third quarter against Hidden Valley. That's when Ali Iloa went down.
I just wonder what the plan was there. Even throwing the ball, it's starting to drench a little bit.
A lot of coaches try, at least especially in positions like this, try not to acknowledge that. They like to just play their game. This ball's up. Oof. Almost a terrific adjustment. Just bounced off his hands. Beasley slaps the ground.
Well, yeah, they may not want to admit it, but ignorance is no defense, Chris. You can't just pretend you're not at a point in the game where you need, where you need to control the ball and just kind of get to the finish line at this point. A low risk pass, of course, on a slant, but it turned out as bad as it could.
Here's the pressure. Beatty picked up, but he gets through the block, gets home.
Haller tackled for a loss by Nate Thickett.
Yeah, Nate Thickett also in on that one. He's really the anchor down there, Big Nate.
Yeah, first time we've called his name tonight, and I think that's pretty much by design. He's there to swallow up blockers and let those other guys get home. And all that hard work paid off with a sack there.
14-3. Final 5.5 minutes when we come back right here at TableRockSports.net.
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order.
Again, just skips the ball into his intended receiver. Hoopers either been right on or way, way off all night. I mean, he's had some beautiful threading throws right through the defense, and then he has pretty much wide open throws he puts right at their feet.
Yeah, and it's just mechanics. His best throws have come on the move. You can tell when he's kind of just reacting, not thinking. That's a tough ball to throw. Just 3 steps, plant, and fire it out there to the side. Takes a lot of strength.
Yeah, and you're not used to judging that distance horizontally. You're used to looking down the field, but this time complete for about 10. But that was 4th and 14, so it's not going to be enough. That will result in the turnover on downs.
Short of the first down, Crusaders take over on downs. 1st and 10 at the Brookings Harbor, 48.
Late alignment shift will bring Hike into the tailback position. Brookings Harbor stands him up. Did he put the ball down?
Can't run with it anyway.
Well, yeah, they're coming out of the pile, but it could be a turnover. They're going to say he was down.
Well, I'm surprised it's taken Brookings Harbor that long to catch on to that. Every time they've ran that formation shift, they've gone in the direction of the shift. They've ran the ball right behind the wingback that motions into position.
Four and a half minutes till we get the final buzzer here at U.S. Cellular Field tonight. So my first bat of the evening, always a good occurrence. Trey Foster breaks the tackle on the reverse. Tried the jet sweep.
That was all Trey Foster right there.
Yeah. You're just trying to get him going, get those long legs rolling, and just assume that nobody's going to be able to keep up with him, which the vast majority of the time is absolutely correct. 4:08 left. Hopefully this will be one of our last breaks. We'll go ahead and take it with them. Back right after this.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just a dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guide during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the...
We are back. 4:08 as it is really starting to come down now. Handoff. Breaks the tackle. Eiler. If I'm Coach Young and the St. Mary's staff, nobody else is touching this ball but Brady Eiler.
It's time to pound it now. 4-minute mark.
I mean, come on. What else do you need? You got a kid that can put his head down and break it open if he needs to.
This is where you let those big fellas up front just start moving downhill, hitting guys moving forward. Let your offensive line get some momentum here and carry you through to the finish line.
Will Hike at the ball carrier. Gain of 2 to 30.
Sorry about the dead air, just trying to get rain starting to come in sideways. Even our canopy isn't.
We've got elements to avoid here.
So we do thank you for sticking with us here on TableRockSports.net. Chris Phillips, Nate Goodyear. St. Mary's Crusaders on display tonight, and they've got to be happy against the an undefeated Brookings Harbor squad without your starting quarterback. You come into this game, your defense absolutely dominates. You're able to get enough on offense, and 14-3 is where we stand now. Just enough to get it done. Going to next week against South Umpqua, and of course the big one, last week of the season against Cascade Christian. We'll be right here with you once again. Please do join us on Table Rock Sports. Also proud to announce that Cascade Christian will actually be joining the fold come basketball season this year. So they will be joining our Table Rock family of schools as well. So we're happy, very, very happy to welcome new AD Nate Mabin over there. And we'll have that Crusaders Challengers game, much like the Black and Blue Bowl. Much like that Crater Ashland game tonight, will be an all Table Rock Sports affair. 35-13 early in the fourth is the score from Central Point. Grants Pass ahead of Westview 21-15. So the Cavemen in the lead there. Check in on South Medford at Sheldon real quick. Irish 34, Panthers 7. So Sheldon finding their stride. That is going to be a very dangerous team come playoff time in the 6A level. A state championship game appearance last year. Of course, they lost a couple bad games early this year, including one to the 5A state champion Thurston Colts. But Sheldon hitting their stride at the right time. They're looking good heading into the playoffs, and they're going to be a dangerous squad. Inside 2 minutes now. No gain.
Punt team coming on and pretty much take a miracle for, well, you've got to return this for a touchdown, really. I mean, let's start with that. A special teams touchdown is about the only thing that might get you back in it right now.
That's why you're just eating clock and you're going to try and pin them. Eiler towards the sideline, and that'll go out of bounds at the 16. So we're going to see some last-ditch fireworks out of Brookings Harbor. But given the quality of St. Mary's defense tonight, good luck.
And this is without a doubt the hardest it's rained all night. So not the time that you want to have to go to the air if you're Brookings. And they're asking him to make some tough throws. That's a really high level throw.
That's
right
a 12-yard out.
And asking him to do it just
in the rain with 1:14 in a game you're down by 11.
And out of the gun, he's 3 steps and letting it fly. I mean, that's
good on you, young man. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a big boy arm.
Yeah. Slinging it again. This time may have come back to bite him. Did that bounce or did he get his hands under it?
I don't know. I'm looking at a pole.
Hey, we do what we can. Sorry about that. It is really starting to come down, so putting the equipment out there is not an option.
Happening. Incomplete pass. That's why we're counting on Chris over here.
And, yeah, when you can put another flag, just let them play it out, refs. But, again, when St. Mary's can really pin their ears back, there's no escape from this pass rush. Holding on the offense is going to be the call.
Getting home with 4 guys. That's all you ask out of your defense is on a pass play. If you can get to the quarterback without bringing an extra rusher.
This defense is legit, folks. This defense is absolutely the real deal. They gave up 49 against Hidden Valley, and that was every bit of a top 10 4A level team, with a pair of 6'4" wide receivers on the outside. Not one, but 2. And Vidlak, a quarterback who can get it to him. So this St. Mary's team defense especially is really going to stack up well the rest of this season. Getting his hand on the screen pass will cause the turnover on downs. So I would bet the farm we either see some dives or some kneel downs here. We will just get on out of here as soon as we get zeros on that clock. Again, Chris Phillips, Nick Goodyear. We'll sign off a little prematurely. Thank you so much for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. We will, of course, be here next week for the South Umpqua game, and then 2 weeks from now as well, the big season-ending clash against Cascade Christian.
Just stand anywhere.
And then we'll all be friends. As Cascade Christian will join the Table Rock fold. And there's the final kneel. They're going to make him do it again. They're actually going to make him kneel this out one more time. Handshakes all around.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we'd like to thank tonight's sponsor.
14-3 will be our final score.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out tonight and supporting these wonderful young athletes. Please drive safely.
And that'll do it. So our final 14-3, St. Mary's Crusaders get it done in a big game against the undefeated Brookings Harbor Bruins. One more time, Chris Phillips, Nate Goodyear, TableRockSports.net. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're out.